Okay, so second part, I have put my eyes on. So that's the front part of the bear done. I forgot to tell you, you have to do your darts. So you literally just line them up. I always start from the bottom and end at the end of the fold, just because that's how I do it. Then we'll give them a minute. One. A book fell off. So I'm moving into a sewing shed. Well, when it arrives, the base is up. I'm waiting for the shed to arrive. And then I'll be all organised and tidy and lovely, and I'll know where everything is. Be amazing. I'll show you it when I get it. Think about how to decorate it now. Anyway. So, also use the same stitch allowance, seam allowance for your darts. So that's a darts done, which helps give the bear his curved face. So the nose I do at the end, just so that's that bit done. So now I'm going to stitch the sides of the heads back to the back middle portion. So if you've been lettering, D goes to D, right sides together. Little pin. So let's angle you down now so you can see what I'm doing. So literally I just line it all the way along. I didn't do pattern matching on the back middle piece to the side bits. See how it's coming together nicely. I pin both sides and then stitch both sides. You can do them individually if that makes it easier for you. Obviously keep an eye out for pins. You end up with nice little injuries if you're not careful. I'm kind of used to it now. I think it's like a thing that sewers get really hardy with pins sticking in them at various times. So you do your side darts on this one, but not the back dart, the back middle piece. That dart is the very, very last one that you put in. That's when you've sewn your head to the body and you're ready to turn it out the right way. That's the very, very last one you do. By accident, this side is pattern matched. That's not where we're going, is it? Or slightly out there, but almost. Right, so I'll pin them now. So, same seam allowance all the way through. Let's keep them lined up. Copy both tracks. Move the pins on that side. Clip the seam allowance once you're there, then you know you've done it. Some people go around and do all this afterwards, but now the other side. seam allowance again. So now you need to do your side seams, those little darts, to give the back of the head shape. So again, you do this one and this one, not the middle one in the middle section, that's for the very, very end. Sorry, right side together. One and two. So now that's the back of your head done. We need to do the ears. So on this one, I decided to do the same fabric back and front on this bear, and then the opposite fabric for the other bear. So you've got little bits marked at the back, line them up, right sides together. I put one pin right in the middle. You can obviously add more pins if you prefer. So we only do around the curve, we don't do along the bottom. I don't stuff the ears at all. I can't even remember if the pattern calls for it. I just don't. I prefer them flat, they stand up nicer then. So I do backtrack at the beginning, just because then when you fold them out the right way, the seam doesn't pop open. And then I snip around the edge, especially on the top of the curve, just to give it that ability to turn out nice and flat. Be careful to snip through your actual sewing line. Done that one before, so. Snip. Right, so you turn these the right way out, roll your seams if you need to get them to pop out a little bit. So these, now if you had an inside different to the back of the ear, you would need to put the inside against the face of your bear. These are the same both sides, it doesn't matter. Now you'll see on the back of the bear there is a line marked from this seam from the side of the bear, so not the top of the head, down the side, and that's where your ear sits. So I'll just give that one a pin so it's in place before I put the front to the back, and then I do the same on the other side. So that's the front of the head. So you can get your back of the head. Remember, right sides together, so there's your right side. We do, you've got a line here for C, match that up with C. Give it a pin there. Then you match your seams here. Now you'll notice here you've got a bit of bulk, so you can either flatten both seam allowances out like that, or you can push one way and one the other. But whatever you want to do, you don't want to have it bunched up together because that can make it hard work for your needle to go through. My sewing machine doesn't mind going through it. I have broken one once, but that was on really thick fabric. So you'll see that your line there matches up perfectly with the end of the ear. And do the same down the other side. Again, watching your seams so they don't all sit on top of each other. And also when you get to this bit when you're sewing, just slow down a little bit. And I just run that through the sewing machine. Quite warm today. Right, let's get this in. Here it's gone a bit more thud sounding, like it going over the ear. Now, just poked myself with the pin. Now approaching that seam, so this is where you need to be a bit little careful. You know your machine isn't going to be as keen. Mine's more than happy to go through it, to be fair. But also pushing your seams to one either side helps keep the bear nice and neat and tidy. Don't have bulky seams sticking up. Just make sure that's all. Okay. Well, that is the head made. Okay. So obviously with the bit of stuffing it will help it shape, and then the back of the head is like that. So on the other bear I've made it back to reversed and got stripy ears. So that is the head done. Next stage will be I'll do the belly and the back together and then put the legs on. Okay, so I'll show you that one next.